What's going on, everyone? It's Jamie here from SaaS University, and let's talk about how you can start a software company without coding skills. So software companies are great ones to start because they can start by yourself as a solo founder. You could have a small team with a few partners. And software really allows you to scale easily and reach everyone around the globe without the hassle of having to deal with physical products, shipping times, and your profit margins are typically very high on a software company. Many software companies also lead themselves really well to having reoccurring revenue, which is considered one of the holy grail of revenue generation, as it's much more predictable because you can have the same customers paying you month over month for years. Now, before we go any further, I just want to mention the Solo SaaS Academy. It's going to be my very own course that's going to teach you how you can grow from idea generation to generating your first $1,000 a month in recurring revenue. This is going to be packaging everything I've learned over the last few years of starting my very own solo SaaS company and scaling it over well over $10,000 in MRR. Allowed me to quit my job, and now I run it full time along with creating these YouTube videos here. So the course isn't fully out yet, but you can apply for early access, and this is going to guarantee you a discounted rate when the course does come out. There's a link in the description below to get access to this page here. Then all you have to do is hit apply now. But now let's dive into how you can start a SaaS company or a software company with no coding skills. And so really overall, there's going to be two ways. The first way is going to be hiring a developer. So you could be going on different platforms here, such as Fiverr or Upwork, finding a developer you can work with at a price that is reasonable. Alternatively, if you have friends or partners you can go into a software company with that know how to code, this will take the technical side and push it on their end, which will make it a little easier too, as if you have no experience hiring a developer, it may make it hard to know what to look for. As if we just search full stack developer here on Upwork, we can see a range of different prices. So $40 an hour, $45, $175, $31, $35, $14. And if you're not technical yourself, you're gonna have a hard time judging the quality of the code base, stack they're using, also in terms of even how fast they're moving. Maybe they're taking hundreds of hours to build something that should have only taken a few. Going this route initially can be quite difficult if you don't have any experience on it. If you do, I recommend go ahead, hire a developer. If you don't, I recommend starting with a no-code tool, or at least trying to build your initial software product as a no-code tool. This is going to help validate the idea, and it's going to make it extremely quick to go to market. One of the huge benefits of going to market quickly is you can validate your idea and make sure that it is something that people are going to pay for, rather than spending a few years or a ton of months building a product that nobody wants. That's a waste of time on your end. It's also a waste of money if you end up hiring a developer for that. So if you're deciding on your MVP and what features you need, and you can build it with a no-code tool, that is a great way to do it. I'm going to go in this video as well, going over kind of the general architecture of how people build no-code tools, and we'll go over some really cool no-code tools here today, just to give you an overall view on how people do it. So let's go into our first no-code tool today. This is going to be Bubble. Bubble is an extremely popular one, as building tech is slow and expensive, and Bubble is the most powerful no-code platform creator for creating digital products so you can build it better and faster. They have over 2 million users using Bubble. In terms of the full stack here, you have your front end, you'd have your database on the back end holding all the user information, and Bubble really allows you to create that full stack in one easy to manage place. Many no-code tools will use platforms such as Google Sheets, Airtable, and Zapier to kind of integrate the two, but Bubble allows you to put it all in one place, which is super easy. You can create interactive multi-user apps for desktop and mobile web browsers, including all the features you need to build a site like Facebook or Airbnb, and you can build out logic and manage a database with our intuitive, customizable platform. Take a look at some of the UI. It makes it really easy to build these mobile apps. There's things such as a drag and drop editor, which a lot of people are used to building with. You can use dynamic content, as there's a ton of integrations with Stripe, YouTube, Airtable, Box, Google Maps, Intercom, Slack, Zapier, Zoom, as well as a ton of different ones, Instagram, Twitter, WordPress, Typeform. They really integrate with a lot of different platforms, making it really easy to build a wider use case application. Next, we'll take a look at DraftBit. You can build mobile apps that you wanted without time and cost here. Take a look at your interviews. It's quite similar to Bubble in terms of having all your elements on the left, and then you can build your app in the center, making it really easy to customize quite a few elements. Another great bit about DraftBit is they have tons of templates here, as we can see. They make it really easy to build certain sections quickly, especially if you don't have a lot of design experience. Something about a platform such as DraftBit as well, so that your entire project is based on open source libraries and languages. If you want to extract that code at any point, you can do so as well. So it's a great way to prototype, and then if you need to expand into different options, you can do so as well. Next, we'll take a look at AppyPie. You can create powerful web and mobile applications and automate workflows easily and quickly without coding. And they claim to be the most flexible no-code platform with tons of automations built in. In terms of pricing for AppyPie, it's going to start off at $18 a month for an ad-free experience. The most popular is iOS supported, and that's $60 per month. As the pricing is going to change depending on the platform. So we're going to take a look backwards as well. DraftBit is going to cost $79 a month for the individual plan. We get a different number of apps, so 3 apps here, one-click publishing to the App Store, and a full source code export. It goes up to $249 and then $9.95 a month, depending on the number of apps and team members you're looking to add in. If we take a look at Bubble, there is a free plan, but it is going to have Bubble branding on it. Personal is going to be $29 a month. Then you're going to start moving up in price as you're going to get more units of server capacity and application editors. And you can get a discount if you're a student, university, or a non-profit. So in terms of increasing the scope of your no-code tools, let's mention a few things that founders tend to use. The first one is going to be Zapier. It's going to allow you to really automate tons of different processes, as what it really is at its core is being able to connect multiple apps based on certain conditions. We take a look at this example workflow here. So when a task is assigned, it's going to add it to the to-do list, and it's going to remind you the next day. So you can build these really complex integrations into your apps here, so you can maybe integrate with different tables. Maybe you're collecting lead forms on your website, and someone enters that, and you want to get sent to your database, which could be a spreadsheet. In this case, it could be Airtable or Notion, where it's easy for you to find and then access those records. There can be a lot of conditional formatting with different multi-step workflows. Overall, that example really just is a basic one here, as many Zapier integrations can be very complex. The next one is going to be Airtable. Notion is very similar to this. Airtable makes it really easy to bring all your data together. And for many people, it's much more intuitive than using something such as Excel. And it does live in your web browser, which can be really easy to access from anywhere. And in terms of taking payments, the most popular one is going to be Stripe here. It's really easy to get started, very easy to set up, and it integrates with just about every app out there, including automatic integrations for just about every no-code builder. It's also allow you to charge revenue, which is so important, especially when you're validating an app. You want to make sure that people are willing to pay for it. So this is going to conclude the video on how to start a software company without any coding skills. And it's really just going to come down to 2 options. The first one is going to be hiring a developer, or it's going to be using a no-code platform. And we did go much more in depth into the no-code platforms here. As for most people, it's much cheaper and easier to build a project, even just in terms of getting your design from what you believe it should be to actually getting it into a functional application. It's so much easier if you're doing it yourself. Before I go, I want to mention the Solo SaaS Academy again. We can learn how to start your own SaaS business step by step, from idea generation to generating your first $1,000 a month. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it so much if you hit that like and subscribe button below. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.